88 gang.
Hit me.
AYB, let pipe him up, bro.
Let's go big. 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 I got hop in a car with no roof. I got hop in a car with no roof. Let's go big. 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 Let's go big.
What's up, everybody? My name is Evan Rosenblum, along with a well-dressed Tryon Woodley.
We got festive. I think it was
know.
rainy outside, so we didn't even plan this, y'all. We promise.
I know.
But we looking real autumn-like right now.
On a show that we like to call
Real shit right quick.
That's right. We got a lot of real shit to talk about, including a fighter who's making a name for himself by putting on a hell of a show this weekend. Put on a video. Just go straight to it.
Right to it.
This is a guy named Ben Whittaker. He is a British fighter. He's 6-0. He was a British Olympian in 2020, and he made news over the weekend because he fought this dude named Khalid Gradia, who's a 10-win boxer. He's not like a scrub. Like, he's won some fights. But look at Ben Whittaker just putting on a show, dancing, doing a little air humping. I haven't seen anybody mess around this much with a fighter in a long time. He won his fight. It was a 5th-round stoppage, and this guy was dominant from the jump.
We watching it, by the way. Y'all may not know it, but he's speaking, and you see me doing like this because we're actually watching it, and you guys probably watching it in the bottom corner. But a lot of people have something to say about showmanship, right? Showmanship and sportsmanship are two different things.
Right.
A lot of times when boxers, or combat sport athletes, right, or sparring or fighting in a gym, when you relax and you start talking a little trash in there, it makes you forget that you're competing. You're able to do it longer. Your cardio don't get tapped in as quick. So it's kind of a way you kind of make the moment,
I know.
No, he's viral. And it doesn't matter the level, like this person, nobody's going to remember his opponent's name. I promise you that. Right? They're going to remember his showmanship. And I'm not saying he can do that versus Canelo or somebody, but there are a lot of people that are going to swing at him and miss in that same manner. So I'm about it. It's business first. I don't care what you say. When you're in boxing, any combat sports, it's business first, right? And then it's sport. The sport is what you do 3 or 4 times a year. The business is what you do all the other times surrounding it. So he's the person that's going to go out there, be flashy, make you want to watch him. And like we're doing today, we're talking about him.
So here's the deal. Before the fight, he's 26 years old. Before the fight, he told BoxingScene.com, my plan for this year is to build my profile and become a household name. That was his goal. So he obviously wants to win fights and build up his resume, but it sounds like he wants to do it quick. And there's no better way to like kind of cut the line than by not only beating your opponent, but doing it with flash. And he's doing it here. I mean, you see, the ref actually had to go up to him at one point and tell him to tone it down because it was like...
No, the ref had to tell him he was doing illegal punches.
Like,
because in MMA...
He did a back fist.
Yeah, in MMA, we can back fist, and he kind of tapped him on the block, hit him up top of the nugget a little bit.
I know.
And I think it's all fun and games, but at the end of the day, I agree with him because you want to show that you're the best. And just because in your mind, I'm the best, I want to show it. You may not get the opportunity. You may not get matched up with the fight. Something may happen where the promoter is trying to promote somebody else. It's not really in control until you put it into your control.
Right.
So by him doing that and being a showman and making us talk about him, somebody else can probably do the same type of defense, right? But when he threw the extra razzle dazzle in there, now we want to watch him more.
So 2 questions. Number 1, we got to talk about the risk reward because if you do that in a fight, there's a lot of people that want to see you get knocked out.
It's good until it's bad.
And if you get knocked out, if you lose, if you're doing all that stuff and then you get knocked out, it's a wrap for you, right? It's hard to come back from that.
This is the thing. Everybody got something to say, right? Always. And most people that got the most things to say are watching it.
Right.
Let them watch. So at the end of the day, it's good until it's not.
Yeah.
If he does that, right, and he makes people miss, I like that. I can't do that.
I can see.
If I try to do that shit, I'm probably gonna be the one that we talking about getting clip clocked and hit. But at the end of the day, if he can do it and he's making it something that you watch and it's kind of like mysterious and it's a mental game as well. He's getting into the opponent's mind. As long as he continues to do that, he wants people to see him get knocked out. He wants people to see him lose. He wants people to say, "Oh, you're cocky. I want to see." Right? Because at the end of the day, they want to see you, my dog. And the goal is to get them PPV points, to get the viewership up, to get people saying something about you. Some people like me, some people can't stand me, some people want to see me come back, some people want to see me walk away, but they want to see me do something.
Right.
Right. And that's not on accident. That's by design.
So speaking of you, you are a 5-time UFC welterweight champion. You've done it all. Amazing combat sports career. When you look at that video, do you see a guy who has like real potential to go far, or do you see a guy who's messing with somebody with significantly less skill?
No. I mean, on top of the razzle dazzle, on top of the little shake and bake, he was making him mix substantial punches and countering back. Yeah. His punches he was landing was very calculated, very sharp. He was landing super clean, and he stopped the guy. He didn't just do that the whole fight, and he was like, oh, boo. Yeah. No, he did it, and he got what he needed to do. He mentally drained his opponent, and then he pulled the plug.
Have you ever done that to an opponent during a fight?
Yeah,
like
I had to. I had to. Shit, when I fought Damian Maia, I tore my labrum in the first punch.
Yeah?
I knew he was going to try to shoot, and I threw an uppercut. My whole shoulder felt like 20 light bulbs was popping in there. So at that point, I couldn't throw my overhand right. That was my moneymaker punch. So what I had to do is, I don't know if he translated everything I was saying, because he, speak Portuguese.
You talking shit?
Hell yeah. I said, you want this motherfucking belt? You have to fucking come. And I hit him. I said, are you going to try to swing? So I was talking to him to make him punch at me, because at that point, I can only throw a straight punch. And when you fight against a southpaw guy, they're looking for an orthodox person to throw a straight punch. So I made him punch, and I slipped, and I cracked him.
How are you as a trash talker?
I'm perfect. Cause I'm gonna say shit that's gonna make you be like, I was fighting Wonder Boy, and I said, you finna throw that motherfucking sidekick at me. He said, no, actually I'm gonna do a spinning backflip. But I was like, we had a whole conversation
during the fight.
Damn, me and Wonder Boy, we really should do a docu-series. We talked the whole fight.
Who said the most savage thing to you? Who's been
in a fight?
Yeah, like who said something to you during a fight? You're like,
no, nobody.
Really?
I'll tell you a different story.
Yeah, I want to
hear something. Running track and field in high school.
Oh my God.
My dog Lee Brown, I'll never forget this. He was my wrestling teammate. Then he switched schools. He switched sides, jumped the fence. So we was running a 400, right? And I hated this race, but I was like, damn, I'm kind of keeping up there with everybody. He said, all right, Tyron, I'll talk to you later. I gotta go. Pew! I never been so embarrassed, and I couldn't do nothing about it. I couldn't make my body run faster, and he literally peeled off and probably was 20 meters ahead of me after that. So in fighting, I have not had a lot of trash talking opponents. Nobody's really talked trash to me. So who's
the greatest person who's messed around like this dude did, did the razzle dazzle during a fight? Who's the best at that?
The best at that?
Yeah.
The best at that would be Anderson Silva, I would say.
Really?
Yeah, he did that to Forrest Griffin and knocked him out with a jab. He tried to do it one time for the one against Chris Weidman. Didn't work out that great. Cody Garbrandt did it one time against Dominique Cruz. And the only reason I'm bringing that up is because Dominique Cruz is a legend.
Yeah. And
his mind and his IQ in fighting, he would never let somebody mentally get to him. And the fact that guy, I'm not saying he did. No, we're not. Todd showing me I'm not getting that motherfucker credit, because no. He got to look. Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor get too much.
Yeah.
We'll be on Fox speaking, and it'll be ballerina. They'll be like, Conor McGregor, daughter did ballerina. Everything they try to bring in Conor McGregor.
Hey, he tried to fight you once. He tried to fight you once.
He ain't never tried to fight me.
He kind of talked some trash to you once.
No, he kind of got told real quick. Some people play games. I'm not one of those people. You call me a bitch, it's up. And he never has spoken. Have you ever read a link of Conor McGregor talking to me since then?
No,
never. Not one time. Some people about them games, I'm not.
Yeah. Okay, so you like Anderson Silva.
I like Anderson Silva.
Prince Nassim is
one. Oh, you mean combat? I thought you were talking about MMA.
No, combat
Prince
sports
Nassim is number one.
Yeah, he's number one. And then Anderson Silva number two.
Anderson Silva number two. I mean,
you gotta put
it's gonna be.
You gotta put Nate Diaz in there. He's hilarious. He flips everybody off in the fights.
Yeah,
he's punching you and flipping you off at the same time.
He's so slow though.
I love it though. I love you. I'm a big fan.
This is the thing.
Big Nate Diaz fan.
I like Nate Diaz. I'm a fan of Nate and Nick. But the thing is, I'm not finna give credit where they ain't do it. Do you see people giving me credit where they ain't do? No. I think boxing is gonna take the top 5 slots. I don't know the guys off the top of my head. When you think about the showboat and the showmanship, boxing is gonna be above MMA.
Yeah.
Probably in the number 6 slot, we're gonna look at Anderson Silva. Right. And then right now, you got Sean O'Malley. He does a little. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I mean, that's kind of it though.
Let's do this before we finish the segment. Ben Whittaker. I know you're watching this right now because you're a big fan.
Ben Whittaker, you hard, dog. I like you.
Come on the show.
Come on the show.
This is your official invite.
And guess what? You're going to be a star. And we're not saying we found you and we made you, but we would like to get more eyeballs on your career and what you got going on and let people get a chance to see who you are and then hopefully open up some doors.
I wonder, let me ask you a question. Do you think if he came into this office, next time he's in LA, do Do you think he would let me try to punch him?
Yep.
Like I'm like, hey, I
think he would.
know you can do that. Well, like,
With
can I
gloves
try
on?
to?
With gloves on, I
let
think
me
he would.
have no gloves and let me stand here. I'm 6'2", I'm 200 pounds. I'm sort of athletic. I'm not a top level athlete. But like, let me sit here and try to punch you.
Not for no money,
Let me take
though.
10 swings at you and see if
You
I can
have to
connect.
put up 10 bands or something.
I'll give him. I don't have 10. I have $10. I can
Well,
give
you
him
know
that.
somebody that got 10 bands.
Do you think?
that
Do
may
you
wanna
think
do
if
that.
you were standing right here in this area, in our little studio right here,
Uh-huh.
and I was saying, I'll stand. I won't even move. Let me try to throw 10 punches at you. Can I? How many do you think I could connect on?
On me or him?
On him.
Judging from what I saw, 0. I mean, I'm not trying to hate, but like that
Thanks,
dude,
buddy.
That dude was trying
Appreciate you.
his best. And the thing is, when you somebody that's not from the boxing world, you can read their body language.
Yeah.
Like what he's doing is reading body. It looks like a game.
I can
but
do
it-
shoulder shakes.
Like if he turns his head this way, right, and the punch is coming there, he's getting
What
hit.
if I do one of these? Boom, and I hit him with like the left while I'm doing this with the
I
right.
think out of 10 punches, maybe go up to 20. if you threw 20, maybe you'll get a 1.5.
What
Maybe
if
you'll
I-
hit him once and graze him once.
What if I tagged in one of the producers to like distract him or something?
I mean, now you just throwing in other elements. But if you asking me dead ass out of 10 punches,
Yeah.
I think he's gonna make you miss all 10.
Yeah,
I think he'll make me miss 5.
Let's find out, Ben Whittaker. Coming to the studio. Let's do it. All right, we got more coming up on
Real shit right quick.
Drop your drawers.
Get going.
Drop your pants.
Nothing showing you feel confident and clean.
Feeling confident starts by dropping the toilet paper and picking up Dude Wipes, the extra large, flushable wet wipe that clears instead of smears.
Bottomless confidence, clean and skin free.
Drop your pants and show off your Dude Wipes clean undies.
Wipes clean undies.
Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down.
Welcome back to the show. My name is Evan Rosenblum, along with MMA, boxing, combat sports, actor, musician, all these things. Tyron Woodley on the show called.
I appreciate you, and this is my dog Rosenblum.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
look him up, Wikipedia, Google him.
Yeah.
Because I can give you all the stats, but y'all still not gonna believe until you see it.
I've been around for a minute. I want to talk to you about the Grammys. A lot
Yeah,
of stuff
let's do it.
happened.
Ooh,
So this is the
Grammys.
segment we're gonna do. The right quick part of the show is gonna happen
Damn,
right
why
now.
you? I never watched the Grammys. The one time I watched it, when I got some expertise on what went down, now we're gonna go quick. All right, I'm
Great.
gonna try.
Okay, we're
You
gonna
got your
fire through
button?
some topics. Ready?
You got your button?
I do. I'm just
All
gonna
right.
smash the table when it's time for
Airborne
us to
it.
move on. All right.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Number one, I want to talk about Killer Mike.
Killer Mike,
I
shout
know
out
you
to
know
my
Killer
dog
Mike.
one time for 3 times. Grammy, it was an ATL sweep.
Yeah.
His album was phenomenal. Brother of mine, and he been at it for a long time. He never gave up. I want to give him a big shout out on winning 3 Grammys.
He was on TMZ a lot when I was over there, and nice guy. We have mutual friends, and I've heard nothing but great things about him. I was surprised to see the video of him getting taken away in handcuffs at the end of the night. There was allegedly a physical altercation with a security guard. That's not the Killer Mike that I have been told
Nah,
about.
fuck that. He won 3 Grammys. If somebody get in his way, let him swing on him. Give him a pass for the night. Nobody should be stealing his vibe. Nobody should be getting in his way. He did the impossible. The Grammy is very difficult to win a Grammy.
Yeah.
One is what people think.
Yeah.
Right? So an accolade of a musician is based upon what the group of people think.
Yeah.
Right? Not even really off sales, not even really off impact. Like when you think off impact and somebody saying what they mean and meaning what they say and
Yeah.
standing behind it and being intellectual, but then being a lyricist and then can do ratchet stuff, Killer Mike is that guy. So I hate when somebody do something extraordinary and something right afterwards try to dim the light on what he did. He won 3 Grammys. I don't even know what he got locked up for. I don't know if he went to jail. I
Yeah.
don't know what happened. I don't even care.
It was a misdemeanor, allegedly.
It's a
that's
misunderstanding.
Right. So I think in a year, 5 years, 10 years from now, he looks back on this and he laughs at it. I don't think that he looks at this as something that actually hurts him in the long run. I think it's something
I
where he
think
goes,
it's
"Can you
our
believe
job.
that?"
I think it's our job to minimize a moment now. Let's not wait to 5 to 10 years later,
Great.
right? Because at the end of the day, he just achieved something great.
Yeah.
And we don't know what happened. I don't care what happened. All I care is that my dog won 3 Grammys.
Yeah. What was the greatest moment at the Grammys? A lot of people are saying it was Fast Car. Tracy Chapman came back after not performing live in a long
I
time.
like that. Damn, that was hard.
Luke
That was
Combs.
unexpected.
That was amazing. A lot
I
of
like
people
Travis Scott performance. That was dope.
A lot of
I like
people-
SZA performance. That was dope.
Right? What about Miley Cyrus? I loved it.
I like SZA's appoint. No, I fuck with Miley Cyrus.
No, Miley Cyrus is great. I got to tell you. First off, I love that song.
Miley Cyrus looked like she had 2-3 cups too many coffees.
Yeah,
She was a little
I
excited.
gotta tell you though. I gotta tell you though. Like her outfit, it showed her physique. She's in amazing shape. Like she looks Oh my God. Okay. Dude, she looks amazing. I think she looks incredible. Anyway, moving on to the next one. All right, Jay-Z.
Tina Turner vibe she was giving. She gave shout out to Tina Turner. I think that's who she was shooting for.
Yeah, and Whitney Houston and Dolly Parton. She's, she's great. Big
I'm not gonna say I gave Beetlejuice, but
all right, move on. Let's move on to the next one. Jay-Z went up to accept the Dr. Dre Award. Kind of weird. Took it to the Academy for for Beyonce winning all those Grammys and never winning Best Album or Album of the Year. Well, my other question is this: Jay-Z accepting the Dr. Dre Award.
There's three things going on, but I'm gonna try to make it as quick as possible. First thing, Dr. Dre Award, right? Some people may argue that he's impacted the hip hop and really just music in general as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, as a mogul, and as an artist, as much as Dr. Dre. So to receive an award that says Dr. Dre, I think Dr. Dre is currently living. I think he is the most impactful in the hip hop community as far as music, people he brought to the table, songs that he's been a part of, gangster rap, all those different things. I think Dr. Dre is the number one.
Right.
So, second thing is, as he's taking this award, right? And I see he's trying to be tamed. I see his daughter's looking at him. Beyonce's looking at him.
Sure.
He's basically going on, it's only one person that can have the most Grammys. Right? It's obviously his wife, Beyonce.
Sure.
And he's saying, how can somebody have the most Grammys and never win Album of the Year?
Right.
He was using it as a platform. You know what I mean? He's talking about the times when he boycotted it, just like when Will Smith and other people boycotted it, right? And saying that they need to get it right. Right? And we all know what that means, right? It's people that should be, quote unquote, given Grammys based upon their impact, right? And there's certain people he said shouldn't even be nominated, right? Yeah. So it was kind of a weird thing, but I can't make somebody say, just take your award and get off. That's his platform. It's his moment. He created it, and if that's what he chose to do with it, then do what you do.
Who's more respected in music, in hip-hop? Is it Dr. Dre or is it Jay-Z? Because I hear people talk about Jay-Z all the time.
They're equally respected, and I feel like you talking East Coast, West Coast again. Somebody from the East Coast may just have a palette, and they may be able to relate to Jay-Z more, and they're going to go with Jay-Z. People on the West Coast maybe go with Dr. Dre. So I think they're equally impactful in a community. It's going to be kind of a coast selection, in my opinion.
Is Jay-Z the greatest rapper of all time?
He's in the conversation. To me, he's not my favorite of all times. I like Jay-Z. I got a lot of his albums. When I think of an artist, I think of the moments. Like when Big Pimpin' came out, and like, where was I at? Was I in college? Like, was I in high school? Like, how did it make me feel? He has a lot of albums and songs. My favorite artist of all time was Tupac, just because he stood up for things when it wasn't, appreciated, when he got in trouble for it legally, when it wasn't the right thing to say. I never can really see Jay-Z really doing that. I feel like he's ultimately went to the bag, chased to the bag at all costs, whether it's chop and dame, no matter what. I feel like he always made it to the bag, and I feel like guys like Tupac mimic a guy like Muhammad Ali. When it wasn't cool in their prime, they stood up for what they believed in. So he moved me the most, but to a lot of people, Jay-Z is their favorite rapper.
I feel like you're going to make fun of me for this.
I'm not,
it's okay.
probably.
I'm going to say it. Do you feel like Snoop gets left out of the greatest rapper of all time conversation more than he should be?
Well, damn. Now that you actually brought it up, think about it though, for real. He can do Beautiful.
Yeah,
And then he can also do Murder Was the Case that they gave me, right?
Absolutely.
So NWA was gangster rap,
right?
But Murder Was a Case, to me, that was the first real gangster rap song, right? Because even Sucker MC, it was kind of like Eazy-E was a gangster, but his voice was high pitched, right?
Right.
So we don't really know what he did in the street, but at the end of the day, when you heard Snoop Dogg, he was up for murder.
Yeah.
Right? So at the end of the day, I feel like his name, and the fact that he's still currently doing it now, the fact that he's transcended across white, black, international, pop, inner city. You know what I mean? He can go anywhere. Martha Stewart, right?
Yeah.
Or he can go right back to Long Beach where he started gangbanging at. So at the end of the day, you got to put him in a conversation. He's one of the best writers in music, right? He's one of the best sounds and voices, and he really showed people how to be a superstar. So yeah, you got to put him in a conversation.
And then finally, to put a kind of a button on our Grammys conversation, who do you think looked the best out of everybody that was at the Grammys?
Get me in trouble. Who looked the best?
Yeah. Who'd you look and go, yep, that person blew me away?
Janae Monáe was fire.
Yeah, right?
They could not stop swinging the camera on her. She was fire.
And then Taylor Swift looked good.
Taylor Swift always looked good.
Yeah.
You know
They were saying that because she wore a choker with a clock on it, like a watch, that now if you have money to invest in a company that makes chokers with watches on it, because little girls are going to start buying that like crazy right now.
That makes sense because, I mean, she moving the needle. She moving consumer behavior. The lipstick was popping, so I feel like if she doesn't already have a lipstick line, like not too many people can wear red like the Real Right Quick logo red. Everybody can't wear the Right Quick red on their lips.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift can do that, so she should definitely brand and try to get into that.
Last thing, Trevor Noah is the host on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best.
10. He
10.
killed that
He
shit.
crushed it.
He killed it because that place is so many different people, white, black, green, purple, 80 years old, 10 years old. He found a way to get and interact. Even if it was an awkward moment, he made it popular. He made it pop even if it was an awkward moment. And I feel like I haven't watched many Grammys. I'm pretty sure you have. He's got to be in the top 5, top 10 of all hosts. Like, he killed that shit.
I hate award shows, but he made it great.
Yeah,
Shout
he
out
made
to
it
Trevor
fun.
Noah.
Wipe, then fold, then wipe, flush away. With Dude Wipes, you'll have a clean but great day. Now, why do Dude Wipes clean better?
Because they're extra large?
Because they're flushable.
Because obviously wet cleans better than dry.
Let's watch. See how the wet side clears while the dry just smears.
Just like our butts. It's just like our butts!
Dude Wipes. Best clean, pants down.
We're going to switch it up. Usually my dog Evan leads these segments, but I'm going to lead this one today. We call this one
Crown 'em or clown 'em.
Crown 'em or Clown 'em. So we're going to get into this situation today. Today, we're going to talk about
Getting angry.
a specific place in Los Angeles, California, and I want to specify that because there are alternate locations where this place exists. We're talking about none other than the one and only Legoland. Legoland, you had an experience there. You went there, you took the family there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the experience first.
Supposed to be great.
Then we're gonna see if we're gonna crown or clown the situation.
Okay, so
Let's
we
talk.
I have 2 kids. I've got an 8-year-old daughter named Sydney who is amazing. She has cerebral palsy. She was born at 25 weeks. It's a miracle she's alive. She has a severe cerebral palsy. She's nonverbal. She's in a wheelchair. She's very, she's got a lot of challenges, but she's the most amazing person in the whole world. She's very. You've met her.
I met her.
She's
yeah,
like
for
super
sure.
smiley and she understands what's going on and she's very communicative, but she can't, speak.
Yes.
My son, 5 years old, also went. So we decided to take the kids down to Legoland. You know what happened?
Let's hear it.
When you got a kid in a wheelchair, you got to make sure that everything's accessible. They can have a good time too, right? So you're not there and you're like, oh, I can't do any of the rides. So we went there and we were having a great time. We went on we took my daughter on a roller coaster. She had a blast. You see the pictures. She was having a great time. And then we decided to go on one of the attractions, which is like a playground. And my wife took my daughter in a wheelchair to the accessible ramp to get to the play area. And while she was up there in front of other kids and other families and other people, a staff member came up to my daughter and my wife and said, hey, no wheelchairs are allowed up here. You can't be in this area. You guys got to leave you got to get off this attraction. And my wife was like, what are you
better
talking
than me.
about? My wife says, what are you talking about? There's a sign right there that says handicap accessible right here. What are you talking about? And the woman's like, sorry, you got to get off. I got to go talk to my manager. So my wife is like furious because she's like, this is happening in front of other kids who are now staring at my daughter, staring at my wife, like thinking they did something wrong. And it's already, awkward enough. There's a lot of challenges when you have a disabled child because you're worried about, them feeling different. You want them to be included, be able to forget about that stuff and just be able to have a good time. And so now they're being basically kicked off of this attraction. So they come down and they come over to me. And by the time they come down to me, the woman who kicked my wife off is with her manager. And they come over and they start trying to explain to me, they're like, look, we shouldn't have kicked her off the attraction. It's not hand push wheelchairs that are supposed to be there. It's power wheelchairs. And I'm like, what are we talking about here?
It wasn't. There was no signs that basically separated the difference between a mechanical powered versus a regular wheelchair.
Correct.
Right?
So I said to them, look, you guys got to figure out how to, number one, you guys got to know the policies before you go up and you talk to a special needs family. To say, family, it's tough because you're not supposed to say special needs family.
Yeah.
Right? You're supposed to say disabled.
Give the right terminology
Right,
because
you're right.
when I met you, right?
Yeah.
Nobody can ever use an R word around me.
Correct.
I stop them in their tracks.
I appreciate
so
that.
sometimes
Thank
you
you.
got to actually educate people because
That's true.
ignorance is not always something that someone's doing on purpose.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just don't know. So
Yeah.
let's use the proper terminology so we can make people feel
That's really
comfortable. And every day you got to focus on, things that already kind of on the back of your mind. You don't want extra stuff.
So we went to the guest services as we left, and I told them what happened. And they told me, they're like, thank you, we'll pass your notes along.
They could have did it differently. My mom always say, do everything with decency and in order. It's a way that they could have did that more discreetly. They didn't have to do it in front of people. And I know you guys think this is a clear clown them situation, but it is actually crown Evan because I'm trying to tell you, I would have stole them off her in the face. I don't fuck around. When it comes down to my kids, you would never do me like that or my kids like that. without me doing it. I want to crown you for your poise in that situation because you actually technically had the right to, right? It was uncalled for. You was really, really excited to go. You did all of your research, right? And this is a place you picked, not because you just willy-nilly did.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
picked it based upon the accessibility and her being able to enjoy yourself. So the fact that they didn't even apologize, which is just the most humanistic, basic thing to do that they didn't do, right? They're going to pass it along, which means they brush you off. They didn't even they should have comped everybody, and they should have gave you a year's supply of free experiences there because they messed this one up so royally. And I want somebody to know somebody at this organization to make sure they get in contact with Evan, and he is due and deserving of a formal apology.
I appreciate everything you just said.
No, it's
like,
real
I mean
shit,
that, like,
right
sincerely.
quick.
Dude, it's great to have friends like you. I mean that.
Yeah.
I just feel like what I need from them, what I want from them and anybody else watching this is just to like be mindful of like life is hard for families with disabled children, right? It's very difficult. It's a constant thing. I love my children very much. They're great. But having a disabled child, there are challenges that you face that typical families don't face. And when people go out of their way to make life harder for you, it's like tenfold on like what a normal negative interaction could be. So just keep that in mind. Legoland, please do better. I appreciate you so much.
Hey,
Legoland, do
love.
better. Do better. Seriously. Disneyland does it right. Maybe you should take some tips from them. All right, I got an update, everybody. Right after we taped the show, I got a phone call from one of the top executives at Legoland, California, who saw our posts on social media, heard our complaints, and reached out to personally apologize. So shout out to Legoland for this because I feel like we actually had a constructive conversation. They heard our concerns. They acknowledged that they screwed up in a couple different areas. They have pledged to me to do better. We have offered, my family has offered to participate in staff training to help them do better. And then also on the other side, they are making things right with me and my family for the experience we had on that particular day. I do believe they are going above and beyond to kind of rectify the situation. But the most important thing to me is that the people that we spoke with have told us that they are committed to making the proper changes in terms of staff training and other different changes at the park to make experiences better for other families with disabled family members. Because nobody should go through what we went there, and they understand that, and they have vowed to us that they will make those changes so that other people can have better experiences. They have invited us back to the park. We are probably going to go back to see if they've actually implemented the changes. We'll probably take them up on that, and we'll let you know how that goes. But they did make the changes. They did hear us. We did feel heard. And now it's up to them to actually implement these changes. They are going to do better. They have told us they're going to do better. We'll see. All right. Calming down. Woosah. Woosah. All right. That's going to do it for us here at Real Shhh Right. Quick.
Before we get out, you know what? We want to shout out the fans and the supporters. Y'all really been turning up for us. We launched pretty quickly, and we got on everybody's neck real quick, right quick.
That's a great point.
All right, so we are going to do something special. Shout out to my dogs, Ty and Taz.
Yeah.
We got some exclusive merch.
Yeah.
That we're going to be gifting to some select followers. Now, you notice I said followers.
Mm-hmm.
Followers of the hashtag, followers of the Instagram handle, Real Shhh Right Quick, and also me and Evan too, because we ain't playing them type of games.
That's right.
If you guys
Look at this
share,
quality, by the way, the
hey,
material.
hey, we
they
are-
did not skimp. They did not skimp.
they did not.
No.
They did not, and we will not, right?
That's right.
The Right Quick Red is trademarked.
That's right.
Do not fuck with it because it's our
That's-
shit,
that's
Right Quick
right.
Red.
That's right.
So we are going to we're going to send out merch to the fans that follow Real Shhh Right Quick,
Yeah.
Evan and myself.
That's right.
As well as Taz and Ty, because these guys are making sure behind the doors we get these strings pulled and we get in front of the right people. Make sure you guys follow us. Make sure you share and like and comment on our posts about our show, and we're going to get you dripped out. And when you get it, go and show us some love.
That's right.
Hashtag us, tag us, put it on there, let everybody know we out here.
But go fast because once it's gone,
It's out.
it's gone. All right. See you guys next week.
Let's go big.